Killer instinct.
What's up, dudes? Max here, and I'm back. I'm joined by Rich, the community manager here at Double Helix, and dude, oh my gosh at the stuff that we're going to be looking at today. So there's like multiple things, right, that have changed since the Evo build?
Yes. Mechanics, you might see some differences in enders. You might even see some updated mechanics for particular moves. A whole lot.
See anything to combo breakers that have maybe changed from the Evo build?
Combo breakers, yes, there's some stuff that we changed because we've noticed that there were a lot of combo breakers.
Right.
Obviously, we don't want to remove that, so some adjustments to the system overall to add more fun into it. You could still combo break, you still do counter breakers, but you might want to think twice about breaking combos.
Gotcha. So there's been some adjustment to the frequency of combo breakers.
Yes.
If I can say anything to that one meme, the combo breakers are too damn high.
Yes.
And I am glad to see that you guys are paying attention. So let's rock and roll. And one of the things that what I saw earlier when I had a brief time to play the new build is the stage. Like the stages are able to like stretch seemingly bigger. Is that for every stage now?
Yes, for every stage, and a way to pay homage to the old KI games. Remember Thunder Stage where you would go all the way back? Who else did it? Idol Stage did it back in KI1.
There's the bridge stages were the ones.
Any one of the bridge stages where if you walk back, you'll be able to see kind of a larger scale of the actual background and
that applies to all the stages, not just like bridge stages. Okay, so I'll use Chief since he's new, and I like this color.
Yes. And I think a cool thing that we could do is also show how we've adapted the change in the camera angle to it be like a realistic thing. So it's not an illusion of the characters getting smaller or the stage getting bigger. The properties of the moves will still respect the original properties of that move. So Glacius, his ranges are still going to be the same as it were, but now, yes, you can move back even further.
Gotcha. So this is a pretty big system change that affects Glacius,
yes.
I feel, especially because he is the zoning character. Yo, dude, okay, so hold on a sec. Hold the boat. Glacius looks totally different.
Glacius got some upgrades. You can see, like, in his, basically his suit or the exoskeleton that there's been a significant amount of detail that we plugged into it. You'll see kind of the fluctuation of colors in there. You see more fluidity in like the lighting and the lines that go throughout his suit. And you can almost spot more of what's underneath the exoskeleton.
I was gonna say that. Is that like a bone or? Yeah,
you can
holy
see
hell.
There's more detail.
It's definitely more prominent.
It's scientific.
It's definitely more prominent than what it was before. So awesome. So let's show off this first big system change. And holy crap! Yes. Yeah. I can see the whole stage now. And giant Alaskan tundra or wherever the hell we are. This is pretty big. So like throw a fireball just to give an example of how much screen distance this is.
So you can see. And then if we go back, I would say I would calculate that one charge right there. This right here would bring us to the previous max range,
right around this area. Yeah.
And the best way to judge it was that the old screen for any character outside of Saberwolf, if you just stay neutral, it'll just be right outside of the heavy shatter to hit.
Gotcha.
So you know what? Let's give you more room to kind of like move around and press buttons. But now we made it so that the screen does get bigger. You see more of the map. You see more of the foreground that you didn't get to see before.
Yeah, and I like that. There's a bigger scope and scale to the backgrounds now, especially. Now let me ask you this, because this definitely affects gameplay. Have you guys seen any dramatic changes as far as the length of matches because of changing this?
Yeah, we have to put that into consideration. To say that no, there hasn't been any changes to it, that would be lying.
Yeah.
We know that having something like this could affect a runaway game, or maybe affect like our basic want the game is, and that's for you.
Very aggressive play style.
Play very aggressively, but this, it's still early enough, and we were gonna be doing more play tests, but.
So it looks really cool, buttons. But we'll see what happens.
But to combat that question and to talk about a new feature that we did implement in here since Evo is the changes to the auto double system, the linkers, and the breaker system in general.
Exactly. Okay, so we have about 25 seconds left in this match. Just show me, and this was what blew my mind, especially having experience with the previous builds of Killer Instinct. The light auto doubles seem hella fast now.
Yeah. So here we go. Let me show you the pace, and maybe you can probably show them in another video. But let's show how fast things are now.
Holy crap! Let me try. I want to see. Okay, and that's the heavies.
Yes, that's heavies.
Wow. So those were light auto doubles.
Yes. So it's very, very fast.
So it's almost like links in a way now. They feel so tight that you have to like hit them immediately. If you don't hit them immediately, you fall out of the combo.
I mean, you have to be dedicated to wanting to do the linker after that auto double, since you see that the speed, you know, it's the system itself is very forgiving, but knowing that you're going to be doing something that's going to be harder to break, we want to make sure that you're on point as the aggressor.
Okay.
So with that in mind, basically the theory that we had is that if we speed up the actual pace of the auto doubles, which turned out to be something reactable, not only by the people here that play the game on a regular, but by people who just spend anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes playing the game.
I mentioned this at Evo.
The animations, the way that the hit reactions from the character getting hit, these are things that you can learn
see and scout.
I
can break the lights, yeah.
So yes, are they reactable? Absolutely, because you can distinguish the animations between the 3 different strengths. But are you fast enough to break it? That's a totally different question.
I almost feel like, and from the couple of matches we played with the new build, maybe it's like old Max syndrome. I can't react to lights. I have to guess lights. I can see the first hit in a medium auto double now, and I can see this first hit in a heavy auto double. But with lights, I have to it's just like Yomi. I just have to presume that you're going to be doing something in that situation, just whack at it and hope. And at this point, that seems not as much guaranteed, but a lot more beneficial for the player doing the combo. For like, if you want to be very mixing up all of your auto doubles, it's going to be really hard to try to scout what you're doing if you're being smart with all your doubles now.
So it's like we want to implement. Again, I hate to keep stressing on this, but we love the implementation of mind games into the mechanics of the game. So it's like, yeah, auto doubles are the light auto double is going to be the hardest to break. I can start to scout that if I notice that you're going to be doing those things. But this opens a whole new gate for the offender as well, is that heavies are probably going to be the easiest thing to break out of the 3 between the auto doubles. Let me start to feed you heavies, and then
start doing lights and counter breaking.
So it turns into a point where like we want the decision making to be intricate for the defender.
So that's really the big change to combo breakers now, is that not everything is as easily breakable as it was before, because the speed has generally been increased. Is that kind of across the board for all auto doubles?
And that's across the board. Like we noticed, the one thing that pointed it out was that Glacius did have a very fast auto double, but it's reactable. And we looked at all the characters across the board and figured, hey, let's give it a shot. Did a couple of focus tests, and we love it. Like, I don't know, I'm a fan of seeing that lockout button, because that's just a way for you to say,
oh my god,
hey,
it's scary.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm in your head, you have to guess against me.
So related to that now, and the other thing, there is a change to damage, right? Like, damage has gone through a different overhaul than the Evo build it feels in this new build, in the Gamescom.
Yes, and so there's something brand new that we added in here, and that's it might be hard to tell right now with God mode on, so we can turn that off.
Sure.
And I can actually show that off in the next match. But yes, we did do a kind of, I guess you could say, system overhaul with what we did, and it's basically around potential damage.
Okay.
So what you'll begin to see here is that something similar. Yes, I can build up potential damage, but let me walk away.
And it's refilling, okay.
And you can start to notice that it's going to start to refill. Anytime during that, like as soon as your PT starts to come back, I can do an ender, and it will follow the properties of how much potential damage would have been if you were to continue that combo. So what does this do? It adds a reset game into Killer Instinct.
Yeah, that makes
actually
resets
implemented.
huge.
Like, it's actually implemented with in mind that players might like a reset game. They want to be able to throw up these combos, and this makes sense to work with the speed of the auto doubles now.
Right.
Because let's say a theory could be like, let me build up crazy damage.
Purposely drop the combo.
Purposely drop the combo, or maybe do a light but not do the linker after. So I'll just do. Look.
And then you're at advantage because you hit him, but then he's in a situation where he has to choose where to block.
Yes. So now it's like I can make him choose where to block. I can throw him, and throwing still keeps the potential damage in there. And then I can end it at any time.
Wow. Okay. So once again, and this is the thing that's really different from KI and other fighting games that I've felt, that most of the games are spent in combo, like actually being hit or delivering combos to other characters, and you actually really need to be on point and realizing what's happening in the combo, because that's a whole other game. That's a whole other game besides spacing each other out and trying to get to the combo. Now you have something different you got to think about, and this now is kind of another layer about things you have to think about, especially, let's be honest, this is kind of a high-level tactic. Like, being able to conserve the potential damage for the next combo and use something like a mix-up, this is some high-level competitive play type of stuff. Like, describing this to somebody that's brand new to the game won't make much sense.
It'll probably be hard to take in, but once you start to sell, hey, it's another way for you to accumulate damage on the opponent that you're fighting against.
Exactly.
And as the system that we have for being able, the basic formulas for accumulating damage or just doing combos in general, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's just a cool tidbit, a new way for a player to approach how he wants to play his character, and I think it's cool. And it's something like this, what it's basically doing too is that it's enabling new juggle, I guess, possibilities.